Tuesday, 23rd of June 2015. First, let's look at the paper highlights from Daily Mirror. 20th Amendment Preview Debate to be held today and tomorrow. Parliament will be held an adjournment debate on the 20th Amendment today and tomorrow as requested by several political parties, House Leader Lakshman Kiriyalla said yesterday. He told Daily Mirror that the United National Party would move the motion for the debate. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. Radhana Thera leaves halfway. A tense situation was reported at yesterday's party leaders meeting that was convened to discuss today's special debate on the 20th Amendment as the JHU strongly opposed the proposal to hold a fresh debate. Let's look at another paper highlight from Daily Mirror. Western Province CM doesn't want pavement hawkers. Western Province Chief Minister Prasanna Ranatunga has instructed Western Provincial Council Commissioner Chandrani Samarakun not to allow pavement hawkers to conduct their businesses on the pavements of Colombo city. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. Principal belittles MS educational qualifications. I met the Provincial Education Director and the Education Secretary and urged them to hold an impartial investigation into these allegations. Minister Thalatha Athavan yesterday complained to Sabragamu Provincial Education Director against a school principal who is alleged to have belittled President Maithripala Sirisena's educational qualifications. She told Daily Mirror that this had happened during a meeting with the parents. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. Cinnamon Grand says butter may have been the cause. The Cinnamon Grand Colombo Hotel Management yesterday said an internal investigation report into the food samples of the hotel served during the June 12th event at the Oak Room at Cinnamon Grand Hotel, where around 20 guests were hospitalized, revealed that the butter served at the function may have been the cause for concern. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. FCID grills Aluth Gamage. Former Sports Minister Mahindananda Aluth Gamage was quizzed by the Police Financial Crime Investigation Division yesterday over the non-payment of Rs 39 million to Lanka Sathusa for a large stock of board games purchased by him when he was Sports Minister. More highlights from Daily Mirror. Rajitha's son challenging MR. Piglet facing a lion? Yapa. Health Minister Rajitha Senaratna's son challenging former President Mahinda Rajapaksa to contest the general elections from Beliatha can be likened to a piglet challenging a lion, UPF MP Mahinda Abebewardena said. More highlights from Daily Mirror. Maggi noodle samples sent to ITI for tests. Health Service Director General Palitha Mahipala yesterday directed that samples of Maggi noodles and other varieties of noodles should be tested at the Industrial Technical Institute to determine their lead content. Now let's see the paper highlights from Ceylon today. Senadipati given okay to travel abroad. Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishantha Paris yesterday granted permission for Avantgarde Chairman Nisanka Senadipati to travel abroad for 3 months to attend to his business. Permission was granted as the CID had informed the Additional Magistrate that they didn't object to the Avantgarde owner leaving the country. Avantgarde is being investigated in relation to their floating armory found in Galle Harbour earlier this year. Another highlight from Ceylon today. 9 killed in Afghan parliament attack. 9 people including a child have died when Taliban militants launched an assault on the Afghan parliament, triggering gunfire and explosions and sending politicians scurrying for cover. Monday attack came as the Afghan president's nominee for the crucial post of defense minister was to be introduced in parliament and ended 2 hours later when all 7 attackers, including a suicide car bomber, were dead. More highlights from Ceylon today. Ratnalanka Security Services. Magistrate orders scrutiny of bank accounts. Colombo Chief Magistrate Gihan Pilapitiya ordered the CID yesterday to inspect 3 bank accounts of Ratnalanka Security Services, which was established under the purview of the Ministry of Defence at the BMACH premises. Another highlight from Ceylon today. Adjournment debate today. 20th A electoral reforms in the balance. Parliament today will take up an adjournment debate on electoral reforms, said Leader of the House Minister Lakshman Kiriyalla. The decision was made at the party leaders meeting yesterday. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Daily News. New government will have only 30 ministers. Common national policy need not change with change of government. This will check corruption in ministries and halt personal agendas of ministers. The new government to be formed after the next general election will have 30 ministers, of whom the subjects will be drawn up in a scientific way, President Maithripala Sirisena said yesterday. The president also said that there would be a sound national policy under which all ministries have to function, and the common national policies of a country need not change every time with the change of government. More highlights from Daily News. School principal to be investigated over derogatory remarks against president. A principal of a leading school in the Nivithigal educational zone who made derogatory remarks against President Maithripala Sirisena at a meeting of parents is to be investigated. According to sources, Foreign Employment Promotion Minister Thalatha Athukorala has informed the Sabragamuwa Provincial Secretary to conduct an investigation against the principal concerned. A complaint has been received by the zonal director against this principal. Another highlight from Daily News. UPFA never demanded MR be PM candidate. The UPFA never demanded or asked anyone to name former President Mahinda Rajapaksa as the next prime ministerial candidate, give him nominations or anything else. It's a section of the SLFP which are making these demands, National Freedom Front leader MP Vimal Weerawangsa said. Another highlight from Daily News. 20th A in present form will only lead to bi-party dictatorship. The 20th Amendment in its present form will only lead to a bi-party dictatorship, JVP General Secretary Chelvin Silva said yesterday. More highlights from Daily News. President condemns attack on Afghan Parliament. President Maithripala Sirisena condemned the terrorist attack on the Afghanistan Parliament, describing it as a heinous act of terrorism. The president stressed the collective need to defeat terrorism and other threats to democracy. We brought you the paper highlights from today's newspapers, and we will bring you more tomorrow.